Joining me now, the former U.S. ambassador to the UN, John Bolton. Good to see you, sir. Welcome.
Glad to be here.
That's a pretty aggressive call. I haven't heard anybody say that we should, right now, go in and bomb those camps. Are you concerned about the retaliation that could come against Israel if such a move happened?
Well, I think we obviously have to be concerned about taking such an action, but the situation that our forces face in Iraq now is that they are being attacked. They are in danger from Iranian-led, Iranian-financed, trained and equipped terrorists. So that the question really for the security of our forces is whether we simply allow this situation to continue or whether we signal to Iran that we're just not going to accept it.
So, it's always a chess game, as you know better than anybody. So, if you do that, and can you imagine a scenario where President Bush would do that before the end of his term?
Oh, I think so, definitely. The other possibility is to tell the Iranians to stop. We've done that already in 3 successive meetings in Baghdad, and just a few days ago the Iranians canceled the 4th meeting. So they're not interested in talking about it. They're getting what they want, which is threatening Americans, increasing our casualties, putting us and Iraqis and other coalition members and civilians in danger. And as long as they don't get pushback, they're going to continue to do it.
You've sat down with these people, dealt with the diplomacy in it. What do you think the next move is? If tomorrow morning we wake up and these training sites in Iran have been bombed, what would you tell the president, if you were in that position still, that you think is going to happen next? Well,
I think the Iranians need to look very carefully at what risk they would run if they were to escalate. The idea here is not to have much larger hostilities, but to stop the Iranians from engaging in the hostilities that they're already doing against us inside Iraq. And they're doing much the same by aiding the Taliban in Afghanistan. So this is not provocative or preemptive. This is entirely responsive on our part.
Do you think that we have a good enough handle on where these camps are and that we could do a very strategic strike on those camps?
I think we do. I think there may well be additional planning that's involved, and I think obviously this needs to be done in a careful and prudent fashion. But I think that the strategic situation now is that if we don't respond, the Iranians will take it as a sign of weakness and the attacks will increase.
So Israel is, on a second but on a related note, Israel is now saying that they believe that Iran will have nuclear capability, nuclear weapons capability by 2009, which is pretty much the earliest estimate that we've heard. How can they back that up?
Well, they apparently have some additional information. This goes back to the national intelligence estimate that our intelligence community came up with at the end of last year that happily proclaimed that Iran had stopped its nuclear weapons program.
Which a lot of people found very surprising.
A lot of people did, including the Israelis, the Germans, the British, and others. So this is information that I think the Israelis would like to bring to our attention to help change that estimate, which has already basically been rejected by our Director of National Intelligence in congressional testimony. But this could be quite important and have a major effect on how we look at not just Iran's nuclear efforts, but its efforts militarily in Iraq, as we've just been discussing.
Given all that, do you think Israel would be supportive of a strike of these training camps in Iran on our part?
I think they'd be delighted because I think they have confidence the message that would be delivered thereby to the Iranians.
All right. John Bolton, very interesting. Thank you. Very good to see you as always.
Thank you.